It does surprise me that I'm here on the panel of political reporting. I do write some politics, but my column in the Australian today was about Bob Dylan. So I thought to myself, well, why have they invited me here? And now it's going to get a bit interactive. Just pick up your program, have a look at the front page, and then have a look at the second page. Run through the names. I'm the only person here from News Limited, the only person speaking over the 2 days from News Limited. Now, apparently, we own 70% of the print media in this country, and I'm the only one talking. I said to my husband this morning when I noticed this, what if I walk out there and they hiss at me? And he said, well, don't they do that anyway? Sometimes they indeed do. So I thought to myself, OK, well, what can I add to the discussion as a representative of the News Corporation? And I know, I'm going to take on Mark Scott. I heard Mark Scott this morning, and I heard him speak, and he's a terrific guy, and he's running a great organisation here. And he was talking in a really wonderful way, an excited way, an ambitious way about the future of the ABC in the digital age, in the online age, and in the Twitter age. He was talking about widgets and how he's going to give them to everybody for free, and you can have them on your websites, and you can have them on your blogs. And he was all over Twitter, and he was all over social media, and they're going to own that too. And I was just a tiny bit frightened by that. I thought to myself, news organisations like mine, commercial news organisations, can't do what the ABC can do. We have to find a way to make this pay. And I know that there are a lot of people in this room who say we won't pay. We won't pay for online. And I think maybe you will. I think that we at News Corporation have some good ideas. We haven't unveiled them yet, we will. I think there are really attractive products out there, and I think you'll be surprised by what we're going to come up with. We're really proud of it. There's a lot of smart thinking going on, and I think it's going to be something that you might find you're willing to pay for. The other thing is we have to make it pay. And of course, I'm a bit Mandy Rice-Davies here because you would be thinking, well, she has to say that, she's a Murdoch girl. But in fact, the News Corporation is not the company most at risk if we don't make this pay. If we don't make online and social and Twitter and all of the news that you are seeing online pay, it's not us that's at risk. Take Sydney as an example. You have 4 daily newspapers. One of those is mine, The Australian. It's a newspaper run by a benevolent proprietor. It isn't dependent on the rivers of gold. Then you have The Telegraph. It has a very chunky, robust circulation, not dependent on the rivers of gold. The 2 men standing, Sydney Morning Herald and the Australian Financial Review. You might be able to put up an argument that the Australian Financial Review has a niche product and that people are going to be prepared to pay for that online. But the fact is, the news organisation most at risk from the free online environment that we're now in is the Sydney Morning Herald. And if the Herald fails, if Fairfax fails, if robust commercial journalism fails because of this online environment that we're in, I think that political reporting in this country will come down to one source, just one source. It will come from the ABC. Now, the ABC in this country is a very robust organisation. It's an independent organisation. It's got a terrific board. It prides itself on not having bias, and we've had so many inquiries into it to tell us that it isn't biased. And I believe all of that to be true. But I don't think that it's a good environment for us to work and live in to have all of our news coming from one source. There are countries like that, and I'm almost certain that they're not as much fun as this one. And a lot of the talk that we've had today has been about how political reporting has been changed by the online environment. And it's true, it's going to be more fun, and it's going to be more interactive, and we're all having a great time. But the change will be much more fundamental when the main news organisations start to fail and we don't come up with any alternatives.